Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. It's another beautiful day. That sun is shining. We're feeling good. We're creating our best lives. We're doing it together. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel yet, definitely do so. A lot of the stuff that we talk about on here is motivation-based, going to help you excel and ultimately get more of what you want out of life. And of course, if you haven't followed my social media, definitely do so. I'm going to drop those in the description down below. And with that being said, we're going to talk about money mindset. Do you really need it to make a lot of money? Let's go ahead and get into it. So I know it's cliche, right? When you start to get into personal development, you start to get into the habit of learning about what success is about and the ways to create the things you want out of life. One of the main topics that comes up is having a money mindset and why it's important. Well, is it true? Is it absolute fact that you need to have a prosperity and abundant mindset in order for you to create a lot of money? Now, when I say create a lot of money, I'm not saying create a lot of money to do bad, because a lot of people, they want to get rich in order to give back, right? And so money is not the root of all evil. It's something that can be used as a tool to help you create more goodness, not only in your life, but in the lives of others. So is this idea of a abundance, prosperity, and a wealth mindset really necessary for you to get what you want out of life? And the answer is, it absolutely 100% is. And here's the reality behind that. When you start to flood your subconscious and your conscious mind with an idea, and I'm going to use the term idea, an idea of how wealthy you are, an idea of how prosperous you are, and an idea of how wealthy you are, what starts to happen is you start to recognize wealth, abundance, and prosperity more readily in your life. So it's not that you're earning any more money. It's not that, you magically hit the lottery and then all of a sudden all of this money's coming in. That's not what's happening. What essentially you're doing is you're making yourself more aware or more conscious of the fact that there is money coming into you all the time. And so let's just say you have a regular 9-to-5 job. Well, normally with a lack mindset, what would happen is you would start spending that money in ways that maybe aren't beneficial to you. So you're buying things that you don't need. You are not eating healthy. You are not, or you're spending money on, let's just say, a habit that isn't helping you. Maybe it's smoking, or maybe it's drinking, or maybe it's going out, to the restaurant once a week, or whatever the case is. You start to live a lack type lifestyle. And the reason why is because you haven't really focused on your habits. You haven't focused on that money. You haven't put it at the forefront of your mind. Really what you're doing is you're just existing. You're allowing your life to take its path, whatever way it's going to take it, and you're not at all focused on what you could potentially be doing if you just made a couple of tweaks in your life. And so what starts to happen is when you bring consciousness to the forefront of your mind in regards to abundance consciousness and well-being consciousness, what starts to happen is you start to put your focus on how much you do have coming in, and you start to change those habits that you have. So those habits of going out to restaurants, you start to realize that that's not important anymore. The habits of smoking, or the habits of drinking, or going out with your friends, or whatever it is, those become not important for you anymore, and you start to save more money. So that's the first thing that starts to happen, is you start to become more conscious of how you're spending your money. And when you're more conscious of how you're spending your money, you start to make little tweaks that are going to help you ultimately accrue more wealth. That's first and foremost. Secondly, opportunities. What starts to happen when you have a mentality of money, you start to recognize opportunities that you wouldn't otherwise recognize were there. And so the idea I'll give you is opportunities to make money are always coming into your experience, whether you recognize them or not. It can be as simple as making $20, or it could be as extravagant as making $100,000. But if your mind is not conditioned to recognize an opportunity and to recognize wealth when it presents itself to you, you're not going to take advantage of that opportunity. So what you're doing by having this wealth mindset is you're ultimately allowing more opportunities that were there before, but you're starting to take more chances on them. You're starting to recognize them. You're starting to see that this is a potential that I can use in order for me to create more wealth in my life. So when it comes to a money mindset, it's extremely important, first and foremost, where you're at right now, because you're going to start to realize where the money is going that you already are making. And that's what's holding you back, is because those habits are ultimately keeping you in a state of comfort, which isn't helping you grow and create more wealth for yourself. But then secondly is the opportunities portion. When you have a money mindset, you're going to start to recognize more and more and more opportunities, which is going to make it easier for you to take more risks, which is ultimately going to bring more wealth, prosperity, and abundance into your life. So that's really how it works. And so with that being said, I do want to thank you guys for tuning into today's video. If this video did help you, give it a thumbs up. Definitely hit that comment up there. And as I talked about at the beginning of the video, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button is right there. We're always talking about prosperity, getting more of what you want out of life, and just creating little tips and strategies that you can use on a day in, day out basis to help you get more of what you want. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.